Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Ravirajam Kulkarni. I belong to KLS Gopte Institute of Technology, Belagavi. In this video, I'm going to share some tips, tricks to solve the problems or the questions on surface chemistry. We'll discuss surface chemistry in this video. So let's start. What is surface chemistry? It is the study of chemical processes that occur at the surfaces or interfaces. What is adsorption? Adsorption is accumulation of molecular species at the surface rather than in the bulk of the solid or liquid. So, see here, in adsorption means there is a solid, okay. The atoms are adsorbing on the surface. They are depositing on the surface. They are not going into the surface, into the bulk. They are not going into the bulk. They are just depositing on the surface. We call it as adsorption. What is a colloid? Colloid is a substance microscopically dispersed evenly throughout another substance. Right. Solid in liquid, liquid in solid, whatever it is. Call it as colloid. So what is catalysis or catalyst here? A catalyst is a substance which enhances usually the rate of reaction, chemical reaction, without getting involved in the reaction. It is not involved in the reaction. It just accelerates the rate of reaction. So before we take up the questions on surface chemistry, please subscribe the channel. It is free, which will motivate me to make more videos on chemistry, CET chemistry, NEET JEE chemistry. If you have any doubts, please feel free to contact me. My email ID I have given, I shared here. Okay, let's take up the first question. In Freundlich adsorption isotherm, the value of 1 by n is 1 by n in Freundlich adsorption isotherm. It talks about it's a measure of adsorption intensity. So what is the value? Option A, between 0 and 1 in all cases, between 2 and 4 in all cases, 1 in case of physical adsorption, 1 in case of chemical adsorption. So let's see what is Freundlich adsorption isotherm. The equation x by m is equal to k into p raised to 1 by n for all the values of n greater than 1. You remember this, right? So for all the values greater than 1, if you take n is equal to 1 here, if n is equal to 1, so 1 by n becomes what? 1 only. If n is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to infinity, it will be less than 1 only, because it is 1 by n. 1 by a number greater than 1, it's always less than 1. So 1 by infinity, it becomes 0. So in all cases, the value is between 0 and 1. Remember, answer is A, between 0 and 1 in all cases. Let's go to the next question. Which of the following characteristics is associated with adsorption? A, delta G and delta H are negative, but delta S is positive. Option B, delta G and delta S are negative, but delta H is positive. Option C, delta G is negative, but delta H and delta S are positive. Fourth one, option D, delta G, delta H, and delta S all are negative. Let's see. See, adsorption means randomly oriented molecules. Randomness is decreasing. They are organized now. Okay, they are adsorbing on the surface. So randomness decreases. Means delta S is negative. One thing you got is delta S is negative. So any reaction, any process to be spontaneous, what it should be? Delta G should be negative. Delta G should be negative. So delta S is negative, delta G is negative, then therefore delta H should be negative and its value should be greater than T delta S, because you know this equation. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. See this T delta S. Okay, delta S is negative. This value becomes positive now. So delta S should be more negative than T delta S, because delta S is negative. Okay, if you put negative value here, so this value becomes positive, right? So delta G should be negative, so delta H should be greater than delta S and should be negative. Okay, so the answer is D. All are negative here. Delta G, delta H, delta S, all are negative. Okay. This answer. Okay. Question number 3. The coagulation values in millimoles per liter of the electrolytes used for coagulation of arsenic sulfide are given, right? They are given the values for NaCl. The coagulation value is 52, BaCl2 0.69, magnesium sulfate 0.22. The correct order of their coagulation power. So we should know the relationship between coagulation power and coagulation value. That's it. So the answer A, they have given option A is 1 is greater than 2, 2 is greater than 3. NaCl is greater than BaCl2, BaCl2 is greater than magnesium sulfate. The second option, 2 is greater than 1 and 1 is greater than 3. Third option, 3 is greater than 2, 2 is greater than 1. Fourth option, 3 is greater than 1 and 1 is in turn greater than 2. So what is the answer? So we should know what is coagulation value first. Coagulation value is the millimoles of an electrolyte that must be added to 1 liter of colloidal solution for complete coagulation. You remember. So its coagulation value is the millimoles of an electrolyte that must be added to 1 liter of colloidal solution for complete coagulation. So coagulation power is inversely proportional to coagulation value. Okay, so inversely proportional. Just see now, if you 1 by 0.22, right, this becomes 1 by 0.22, this becomes 1 divided by 0.69, and this becomes 1 divided by 52. So which order is correct? This will definitely be higher. Next is this. Next is this. The answer is magnesium sulfate. The coagulation power is greater than BaCl2 than NaCl. In this order, answer is C. See, this is the answer. Okay. We go to the next question. Question number 4. Gold sol is not a lyophilic sol, the negatively charged sol, macromolecular sol, or multimolecular sol. Okay, 4 options are given. Lyo means what? Solvent. Phobic means heating. Gold is lyophilic sol. Here they have mentioned not a, so the option A is wrong. Then gold sol is negatively charged sol. Gold sol is negatively charged. They have mentioned not a negatively charged sol. So it's also wrong. Then the gold sol is a multimolecular colloid. It's a multimolecular colloid. So they have mentioned not a multimolecular colloid. So this also is also wrong. So the species, atoms or molecules constituting the dispersed particles in a multimolecular colloids are held together by van der Waals forces of attraction. Okay, so what is multimolecular colloid? I have mentioned here. So macromolecular sol, usually example is macromolecular means it involves some polymers, right? Starch, cellulose, right? So it is not a macromolecular sol. Gold is not a macromolecular sol. Not there is no starch, cellulose, polymers dispersed in water. So the answer is C. Answer is C. Macromolecular sol. Gold is not a macromolecular sol. Okay. Question number 5. Which of the following is not a favorable condition for physical adsorption? High temperature, high pressure, high critical temperature of adsorbate, low temperature. So definitely high temperature is not a favorable condition. Okay, at high temperature, desorption starts, right? Right. So they are asked not favorable, so it is not right. This is the answer. Okay, at high pressure, definitely adsorption takes place. High critical temperature of adsorbate, right? The adsorption takes place. It is favorable. Low temperature is also favorable. So the answer is A. Okay, high temperature. High temperature is not favorable condition for physical adsorption. The hydrogenation of vegetable oils in presence of finely divided nickel catalyst is A. Enzyme catalyzed reaction. Definitely there is no enzyme involved here. So this is not the correct answer. Homogeneous catalysis. They have mentioned finely divided nickel catalyst. Finely divided means finely powdered nickel. Okay. So finely powdered nickel means it is not homogeneous. Gas phase in contact with solid phase here. Okay. So definitely it is a heterogeneous process. There is no liquid catalyzed reaction. It's not a liquid catalyzed reaction. The answer is heterogeneous catalysis. Answer is C. Heterogeneous catalysis. Next question. Which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to physical adsorption or physisorption? Option A. Delta H of adsorption is low and positive. Under high pressure, it results into multimolecular layer on adsorbent surface. More easily liquefiable gases are adsorbed easily. The forces involved are van der Waals forces. See, they have told incorrect, okay? So under high pressure, definitely multimolecular takes place. More easily liquefiable gases are adsorbed easily. Forces involved are van der Waals forces. All three are correct. So delta H is negative, right? So this is wrong. The answer is incorrect statement is option A. Delta H of adsorption is low and positive. Number 8. Protecting power of lyophilic colloidal soul is expressed in terms of protecting power. Okay, its coagulation value, gold number, critical micelle concentration, oxidation number. We know it. That is gold number. Known thing. Okay, lyophilic colloidal soul is expressed in terms of gold number. You remember this. Just remember. Right. Question number 9. Which property of colloidal solution is independent of charge on the colloidal particles? What are the options? Electroosmosis, Tyndall effect, coagulation, and electrophoresis. We'll see which is not, which involves charges. Electroosmosis involves charges. Coagulation involves charges. Electrophoresis involves charges. Tyndall effect. Okay, so you know Tyndall effect. Okay, right. Scattering of light by colloids. Okay, so this doesn't involve any charge. So this is the correct answer. B. So answer is B. Tyndall effect, which doesn't involve any charge. Fog is a colloidal solution of solid in gas, gas in gas, liquid in gas, and gas in liquid. A simple question. Solid in gas? No, it's water. Droplets in air? Okay. Gas in gas? No, it's a ground level cloud. It is. So liquid in gas is the correct answer. The aerosol. Okay, what is an example for aerosol in which dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is gas. Liquid in gas. Thank you, friends. We'll meet again in the next video.